Hi everybody, my name is Elaine Ratchford and I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in public health. The person I chose to interview was my boss. Her name is Erin Pretty Weasel. She's an amazing woman. She does so much and she has so many aspirations and so many things that she wants to accomplish in life that hitching my wagon to hers was a pretty smart move and a very lucky move for me. I asked her what it was like to be a clinical director, and it was that her first goal starting out. She said she always knew growing up that she wanted to help people. She was always the first one to run to someone on the playground. She took care of the friends, and she knew she was going to head in the medical direction. So that led to biology degree and nursing degree. Those were her college days. I think the most exciting thing that she's done in her medical field was being a paramedic for almost a decade. She's exceptionally independent. We already know this. After the decade ended, she was offered a partnership with several physicians to open a medical practice. At that time, she fell in love with the clinical setting, what it takes to run an office, credentialing through insurances, payroll, just there's a million things that keep that clinic going, and she's the backbone of it all. She fell into this managerial role, and as an owner, you do whatever it takes to make your business succeed. And in this case, it was to be the manager, and she was happy to do this. It solidified, and it grew. The next question I asked her was the rewards. She's growing a business, she's adding a school, she's goals, she's going somewhere. Does she feel she has accomplished as much being a single mom of 2 sons, or does she just think she's normal? Well, she thought that was a great question. And honestly, she doesn't think there is an answer that she could possibly give that would tell you the rewards that she has to feel every single day from her position. On a high level, to answer to the points you have in the questions, my ultimate reward I have is growing my businesses, which I knew. She loves the fact that she is creative, and when there's something going on and something that inspires her or has places that she can go, that's what she'll do. She loves hard work. She's there every day, regardless. If someone needs a shift covered, she covers the shifts. She cross-trains. She wants us all to be able to do each other's jobs. I'm comfortable there. I'm very comfortable there. I've never been happier in a job, and this was my first experience with the medical field. Raising her boys is definitely something that she thought she had to separate her life to do, but she felt like everything meshed in place. She can do both, and she can do both wonderfully, which impressed me. One question I also wanted to ask her was, during the early stages of accomplishing a successful business, what was your first doubtful moment? The moment where you thought you were not going to be able to overcome it. Her answer was, the first gut-wrenching moment when I thought, OMG, what have I done, was 6-month mark with my first business. It was a medical center, and as the owner, you must be willing to take on every role in the business, as I said she does. She wasn't prepared for the sacrifices and the long hours that it took from her. And she did have a moment of doubt whether it could get better. But she pursued, she worked hard, and it did get better. Hard work does pay off in the end, is her sentence. Potential is a huge question, especially for this lady. Oh, by the way, I have a picture of this lady. This is Erin Pretty Weasel, my boss, hard at work. The only limits that she has in life have to do with happiness. I love that. I am happiest when I'm growing and building, when I'm pushing myself and learning. With all that comes with growth, when I feel negatively towards a project, I know I'm reaching my limit, and I know when to take a time out. Regardless, business strategy, I take the same approach. When I'm passionate about something, whether I should act on that business, how can I make it happen? How does it feel good to me to do so? So the end goal is what she concentrates on. more family practices for her business group, more strengthening of the functional medicine piece. She'd like to add a medical spa, aesthetics eventually, and everyone needs to pamper themselves every once in a while. She felt like she needs to offer that piece in there. She wanted to mention that she's blessed in life, and she has been at rock bottom. She fully understands the struggle to make ends meet and to feel completely alone. Now that she's successful, wealth is not a sign of insecurity or security. She would rather see her strength in her people's strengths work towards personality and drive them superficially appearances away, and the real people can come back. Of course, the industry is definitely something we need to address. The medical field is only getting bigger, but there is definitely more difficult in modern days, and it's only going to get worse. I asked her how she foresees the future in working with all the big insurance companies, because they seem to be doing what they like when they want, whenever they want, and to whoever they want. With the ever-growing and changing medical field, insurance companies are more and more challenging to deal with. Yes. However, they're getting better with offering education to practitioners and medical directors, so the challenges are not as devastating when it comes to insurance reimbursements. Medical insurance will always be challenging, which is why medical providers are now developing more self-pay programs to patients. My last question would be, what's the worst part of your day? What's the task that you dread the most? She figured each day was different in challenges that she faces, but being the boss or being at the top is sometimes lonely. This was sad for me to read. I work for and I answer to everyone else in my business. I only hear from people when there are issues arising, complaints and or concerns. And if someone wants consideration for something personal, I put out the fires. I pay the bills. I take patient complaint calls. I keep everyone on task and must be the heavy hand when employees don't pull their weight. With all of that said, I gladly do it all every day, and the only thing I dread the most is when I can't positively impact those around me and the business at hand. This lady's an inspiration. She really is a hard worker. She wants the best for everybody. She knows she's willing to learn, always willing to learn. She's willing to help me, which is personally the most amazing thing I've got out of this. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'm sure you know where to find me. Have a great day.